Hello everyone, yet another week and we have got another personality on our show. We have Coach Prabhjot Singh with us who will bring a unique perspective through his career in coaching, among many other things that we are going to discuss over the course of the next half an hour of this episode. So, Coach Prabhjot Singh really is a very interesting figure because he's working in the Olympic Development Program coach in USA, which is something very new, which is a developing area of sports in USA, even though USA is one of the leading countries in sport that we also study many case studies about here in India. Thank you, coach, for taking out the time. How are you feeling tonight? Yeah, in the morning over there.
Thank you. Namaste, Sasrikal. Doing all right. Looking forward to chatting with you guys about soccer. I might say soccer because I've been living in the US for a very long time, but definitely football. It's always been football. So looking forward to this.
Yeah, Anukash sir, we keep talking about how Indie Football Podcast is slowly going around more global, having people from different countries. If last week it was someone from Paris, now we have got someone from USA. But Prabhjot Singh sir is unique in the sense I don't think we have got a coach before in our program, in our podcast, which is more than 40 episodes now.
So, Coach, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Indie Football Podcast. We lately have been, about a podcast about sharing stories related to football, as I talked about in the pre-show. And again, to share your story, to talk about you is a huge pleasure for both of us. And we are delighted to have you here.
Absolute pleasure, and looking forward to sharing more about my journey and love for the game. Because at the end of the day, if you asked me when I was a young boy, what my dream would be as a player, I developed a little bit late in the game, but coaching would never have come up. It, obviously would have been like, I want to play internationally and stuff like that. So there's a role for everyone in the game of football and soccer, and it's embracing that role and obviously doing your best at it. So
yeah, I think it's really it really goes to show how inclusive or how emotional the game of football is, that it connects with everyone in some way or the other.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go a little bit further back.
Please,
but I think it's necessary. I think India itself, if someone sees me, they always, or most of my team and players always introduce me as my coach from Ghana.
Yeah.
So my journey actually started in Ghana, in West Africa. Maybe if you followed the Black Stars, that's where my journey started. That's where my journey for football started. I was born in Punjab, and so born in Punjab, Mansa district. Moved. My mom brought me to Ghana with my dad, and so I grew up in Ghana. Soccer has been a part of my life from a very young age. Played for fun, never really, I wanted to play like higher level and stuff, but resources, etc. I started playing in high school, and then I got the opportunity to compete at the collegiate level, at the NAIA level, considered to be like D2, D3 even in the state of Maine. So I competed, and
so D2, D3 are the divisions?
Divisions.
There are 4 divisions, right? The A, B, C, D, the pro level, like the A level has senior and the
youth. So that's the professional. So in collegiate soccer, by the size of the school, not necessarily reputation, but the size of the school, it determines which one is Division 1, Division 2, and then the success of a program. So certain schools move up or can move down depending on.
And I've also heard that college sports, college football, college soccer in US is like a big thing. People stand in queues. People look forward to it.
Depending on the success of a program, you have that. Now, American football, it's a different story. Anyway, I got the opportunity to play in the US, and I had actually decided to hang up my boots. And which was a bizarre thing. A parent, one of my teammates' dad from England actually said to me, "You'll regret that decision. Don't do it." And so I was like, "Nah, I think I'm done, man. Injuries, all this stuff."
And this is at what age?
I graduated college, so about 21.
21.
That is very old.
Yes, I mean, I was just like, khelunga, thoda sa, like just kick about, but nothing more than this, because whatever, I'm done.
Yeah.
And what happened is I got invited to be a referee for like
Okay.
small kids. And when I went out and started refereeing the game, this is kind of embarrassing, but I noticed that the kids were just kicking the ball. So talk about direct soccer, but get the ball here, kick it over there. Get the ball here, kick it over there. So there wasn't really passing pattern, nothing, right? And I understand it's young kids, but there was no passing, and it was just kicking it and swinging of legs. So I started telling kids, like, do this. You're really good at this, I've noticed. Do that. And the other team, I was like, hey, do this. And so I was like, yo, this is not bad, maybe I try getting some assistant position or something. And so I was fortunate enough that I was working for the university where I graduated from in admissions. And so I became an assistant coach for both men and women's programs, and that kind of laid the foundation for me.
Yeah, I feel if there was ever a book written on Coach Sir's life, then it would probably be halfway through the world, learning more about football. And it's almost a Bollywood film's theme, playing at the age of 21, someone coming and telling you that you're gonna regret it, and then doing everything that he's been able to do. But now that some coming from someone who has spent
You
so
know,
many. Yeah, go for it.
I'll just interrupt you once because actually I had this joke prepared right before the show that if Coach Sir ever, has his own book, it would be called the ABCD to coaching in the US, since you have to clear the ABCD levels to become a pro coach there. So,
Oh yeah.
and I
So
know
that's a
that's one of the
nice fun
worst
game.
jokes on the podcast.
No, I think that's an award that would definitely go to me. Coach, what do you think? What are the basic challenges in Indian football?
Yeah, so I'll start off by saying that this is my opinion and my opinion
Yeah.
alone. And
Yeah.
everyone's got one, right? Everyone can fix it,
Yeah.
because we're in our own divine right. In Ghana, we have a saying: when the Black Stars are playing, everyone's the coach.
Yeah.
I will do something differently, and I'm not sure. I follow the Blue Tigers. Um, obviously, I follow the Indian Super League, ISL.
Oh wow.
I
I'm
do
gonna
watch a
watch
little
the
bit,
match.
but I don't know enough about it, right? But what I will say is that one of the key, for my opinion, a key for progress. So a couple things have happened lately. It's very opportune that we're having this podcast. There was an investment in Indian football that the
Yeah.
government approved by 300 crore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3,400 crore rupees have been
Yeah.
Yeah.
allocated.
The sports
Yeah,
budget.
and it
In
was
which,
an
in which,
significant increase, right?
yeah,
Abhi,
it is 800 crores almost to the Sports Authority of India, and 1,000 crores approx to the Khelo India.
Just a couple of days ago in our college, and Coach Sir, I think I must introduce you to this part of our episode where I always share a bit from what I am doing. I'm currently a sports management student here in Mumbai, so every week we have got really interesting lectures where different kinds of people from the Indian sports industry come in and share their experiences. So there was one guy who was talking. We were discussing the models, footballing models of Premier League, ISL, and it comes down to the product. What the Premier League gives to the world, it's the best players, best kind of facilities, best kind of infrastructures, everything. Whereas ISL, if they want to garner any hopes to reach those levels, everything else, no matter you have all the money in the world in India, if you get all big business tycoons putting in the money, it does not matter till the time you have the best players. It does not matter till the time you have the best processes in place. So it is definitely something that where Indian football definitely lacks, and I think it's going to be a slow thing. Like Anuka sir, would you want to share any of your insights on where do you think Indian football lacks behind vis-a-vis some of the best footballing structures in the world?
We are a country which is obsessed with the game but not actually playing the game,
Yeah.
right? So
सही
it
बोला.
is, yeah, huh. So वही है कि it's about that, and like if you look at coach for that matter, we really need coaches like him, or like people of that caliber who can come in and actually coach the players here. Because I was listening to this podcast a few days back in which they said that the problem is that when you coach a player, you can coach him potentially to his best, you like on an average when he's around 7 or 8 or 6 years old or 8 or 9 years
Yeah.
old. By the time, if you say like an ISL player who is already even at his best 17, 18, and I'm talking about the really younger ones, you cannot exactly teach them to a level which is absolutely exceptional. There's some improvement that can come, but it's not like it's not like something will entirely change in their development. Like there's a much lower chance. So I think that is something that is that